An update tonight in the case of a Camden County couple fighting to regain custody of their 3 kids after the husband was accused of abusing their youngest daughter. They believe she has a medical condition impacting her bones and do not believe she was ever abused. Now, attorneys for Corey and Diana Sullivan have filed a motion to dismiss the juvenile case for what they say is outrageous government conduct and a lack of evidence.
As of right now, we've been ordered non-reunification, and they are trying to terminate our parental rights.
It's been almost 8 months since Diana and Corey Sullivan had their 3 young children taken from them after they took their baby to the hospital for a swollen leg.
This whole thing has been unreal and any parent's worst nightmare.
Hospital records show Amelia, who was just 3 months old at the time and weighed 8 pounds, had numerous fractures. After the child protection team was called in to evaluate her, the Sullivans lost custody. Months later, Corey Sullivan was charged with aggravated battery and cruelty to a child and has not been allowed to see Amelia.
The way this works now is the juvenile court doesn't have jurisdiction over the criminal case, and the criminal court doesn't have jurisdiction over the juvenile case. So effectively, the parent who's presumed innocent is deprived of access to his own child.
Attorney Kevin Goff, who represents Corey Sullivan, has filed a motion for a speedy trial, a motion for him to be able to have supervised visitation, and he wants the juvenile case dismissed.
Very disheartening that we can't just get to the bottom of what's wrong with my daughter, why there's so much pushback on just finding out the answers.
The Sullivans believe Amelia has genetic conditions that can explain her fractures. They say they paid $3,500 for genetic testing the judge ordered.
Unfortunately, the results that we got back stated negative, but negative based off the clinical data that DFACS decided to submit. Essentially what that means is that they told the lab what genes to look for. So she was not tested for EDS or any other genetic conditions that I carry within myself.
This ongoing issue with the medical evidence is extremely frustrating. As long ago as October of 2023, it was believed that the child needed to be tested for something called Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, or EDS. That was acknowledged by the state's own experts way back in October of 2023. And as we stand here today, going into June of 2024, that testing remains incomplete. You know, this isn't a hard question. Does a child suffer from that condition or not?
A spokesperson for DFACS says due to privacy laws, they cannot comment on the specifics of any reported abuse cases.
We have an agency here in Camden County that is run amok. Something needs to be done about it. And we believe the court ultimately will grant the motion to dismiss.
Now, the Georgia Department of Human Services said, quote, "We take seriously every report that might be made to the agency and work with law enforcement when appropriate to ensure the safety of Georgia's children." The district attorney's office in Brunswick declined to comment. They told me that's due to this being an ongoing case. And you can watch more about this story, read more about it right now on firstcoastnews.com.